Hello, my name is Laronna Doggett. I am one of the biology teachers here at CHS9, and the biology team and myself have been using TeacherMade for a while, and so I would like to walk you through some of the amazing features that it has, and hopefully this will make your life a whole lot easier. I'm going to start with a document that I made in Google Sheets, and this would have been typically a more traditional worksheet, practice sheet, formative assessment, whatever that might be, that I would have given my students, that I would have had to have hand graded. So I want to show you what this looks like in TeacherMade that will then grade it for you and give the students and you quicker feedback. Here's the same document that I created in Google Documents, and I inserted it into TeacherMade and created drop-down choices. Students can actually write on the actual paper where I can see what they are doing as they're working out a problem. Then based on what they've worked out, they can then answer additional questions. I've added other images, again, where they can then interpret those graphics, answer questions about them. They can type in numbers, they can type in information, and all along on here, what's happening is I'm able to see what they're doing and how they're doing. So in this screen here, I've deleted all the students' names, but I can go sort through status so I can see what students are still working, how they're doing, how they did. This actually updates as they're working. So if I see that a student is having problems, I can address it immediately and I don't have to wait for them to hit that submit button. So what you see here is what it would look like as the students are progressing and working through. They don't have to actually hit that submit button for you to see all the work that they've done, and you can quickly look through and see what is red and what is green so you can help those students as they begin to struggle. And again, you don't have to wait till they hit the submit button to see all of this. Once they submit, or even if they don't finish and they don't submit, you can still see what they've gotten right or wrong, so you can assess what they have completed even if they don't hit that submit button. You can also force submit the information. Another neat tool that you can use with this is you can actually go and do an item analysis. So you can go here, do an item analysis, and you can see overall with your students what they got right and what they got wrong, any questions that generally the students are having trouble with. And you can also very quickly look at individual students on individual questions to see what they got right or wrong, and see what, again, you can do to help those students as they progress. Okay, so let's talk about how you can get this to your team. So it's really easy. I've created an assignment. I'm going to click on sharing. I can hit that toggle and turn on that sharing capability. I copy the link. Once I copy that link, I can share it with my teammates. Once I share that with my teammates, they can then make a copy of this assignment and they can give that to their students. So I can also easily assign this activity. There's a couple of different ways I can do that. First, I can just go through TeacherMade if I don't want this to be a grade. If I do, I can click on Schoology. Once I click on Schoology, I will go to Next. I can then decide if I want the students to have multiple attempts before they hit that submission. That's up to you. Depends on the assignment. After they submit it, what are they going to see? How are the scores going to be showed? You can also mark it how it's going to look if you have to return it. You can return the assignment once they have submitted it. And that way, if they didn't complete it, or if you want to give them a second chance to fix things, you can do that. And then also the tools that they're able to use. Here, I'm going to click the copy button. This is the link that I'm going to put into Schoology. If I had chosen to go just through TeacherMade, I would do the same thing. I would copy that link. It would just look a little bit different when I go into Schoology. So here I am in Schoology. I am going to go in and add where you would say like add a link, add a file, but I'm going to add an external tool if I want this to grade this assignment for me. I'm going to go down and find TeacherMade. Whatever the title is that you want, you're going to title that. I'm just going to do practice activity here. Then I'm going to paste that URL into the URL box. If I want this graded, I can click on Enable Grading, determine how many points it is, determine the due date, whatever category you want this in, and then you hit Submit. And folks, that is it. When the students click on practice assignment, it'll bring that activity up. They will then be able to answer the questions, and whatever they get on the grade will go straight into your grade book. So I want to show you how easy it is to create an activity. I went onto Google, I found a world geography activity. You're going to find out why I teach biology and not world geography. But there's an option of the scrolling, or you can actually do Google Slides and put that into the slides part, which is also very useful. And so I just want to make sure that my students know where the different continents are around the world. And so I'm going to add here where they can just put in a short answer. And there's just a simple letter. I can also determine if I want it to be capitalized or not capitalized, whatever that might be. Down here on the multiple choice, I'm going to do a hotspot. If you don't want to recopy everything, like if you're doing a drop-down box, you can do Command D to duplicate that information. And so what I'm doing here is I'm just telling it which hotspots should be clicked on and which ones should not be clicked on. And then I'm going to save all of that. And this is just showing it in preview mode. I'm going to put some answers in here that may or may not be right, just so that you can see when I hit that submit, this is what it's going to look like again to that student. It's also going to look like this to me, so that way I can quickly see what they've gotten correct and not correct. Thank you for watching all of this. I really just wanted to show you how amazing TeacherMade is. In the biology team, we've been using this for a while. We use it for formative assessments, for quick checks, for worksheets, to help students do review, especially when they're at home, and that way they can check to make sure their answers are correct or not. We use this when we're doing reassessments. There's all sorts of ways to use TeacherMade. It's an amazing tool, and I really, really hope that you use this. If you have any questions, please reach out, and I will leave my information at the end of this video. Thank you so much.